plums are good as ever, Your Majesty,"
Lord Morven said. He had a gravelly voice that was at odds with his plump-cheeked appearance. He glared across the table at Bolden's father.
"But the Rolandars have been clogging up our access roads and delaying the workers."
"Nonsense,"
Von Rolandar said immediately. Like his son, he had sandy hair, graying at the temples, and his nose was pointed and cruel.
"Our men keep to roads owned by my estate. You must be mistaken."
"I know which roads belong to the crown and which are private,"
Lord Morven snapped.
"The plums will rot if we can't get them over to the drying grounds in time."
"Your accusations are baseless,"
Lord Von said. He straightened the sleeve of his red coat, which was embroidered with his family's sigil in black thread.
"My house has the right to do what we wish with our holdings."
"The road isn't yours."
"We acquired a portion of the Siltine estate some time ago."
Lord Von waved to his son, and Bolden pulled out a map showing the roads along the southeastern ridge of King's Peak, near where Orchard Gorge opened into the fissure. Their land holdings were clearly marked with red ink.
"You'll find that we own orchards on both sides of the road. Therefore, it is ours."
Lord Morven barely glanced at the map.
"How are we supposed to get our plums up to market if we can't use the road?"
"Surely that's not my problem."
Lord Rolandar smiled and turned to Lord Saminar across the table, a distinguished gentleman with coarse gray hair and luminous eyes like a Morin vole.
"Wouldn't you agree that I should decide who travels on my own land?"
"Of course, Von."
Lord Saminar glowered at Lord Morven.
"Besides, Morven plums are barely fit for the mountain goats."
Morven's face darkened.
"Why, I think,"
Siv said before the argument could get any worse,
"that the law makes it quite clear the road itself belongs to the crown. You can't prevent Lord Morven from transporting his produce along it, Lord Rolandar." "I pay for the road's maintenance,"
Von said. He met Siv's eyes steadily, and Siv remembered a particularly vicious lecture the man had given him when he and Bolden had been caught throwing rotten fruit at passers-by on that very road as boys.
"If the crown wishes to care for it, perhaps the crown can compensate me for the work I've done on the cobblestones over the years."
Siv opened his mouth to respond, but others started chiming in, not allowing him to get a word in edgewise.
"If the crown is going to pay for your cobblestones,"
Lord Pharaoh said,
"it can burning well fix up Orchard Bridge down by our holdings. It gets too much traffic as is."
"Now, just a minute," said Lord Tellenroven. "We've been in line for bridge maintenance for months now. You can't leap ahead to—"
"Enough,"
Siv said, raising a hand for quiet. It took longer than he would have liked for the nobles to fall silent.
"If you have complaints about the bridges, compile a list I can examine in depth. We'll find the firestones for it if the maintenance is essential before winter. In the meantime, Lord Rolandar, you must allow Lord Morven's workers access to his orchards. We need to get the harvest in before first snow."
"Are you going to dictate what we can do with our own lands?"
Bolden said suddenly. He met Siv's eyes for 5 full heartbeats before adding,
"Your Majesty?"
The council fell silent. The noblemen looked at Siv expectantly. Well, they were all expectant except for Bolden, who met his eyes across the wide table, smirking like a povercat. Siv resisted the urge to glare back at him. Mostly.
"I will do what is best for the people of Vertigon," Siv said. "As landholders, it's your responsibility to ensure that our mountains' industries run smoothly. For now, that means making sure all of our produce can be preserved before first snow."
He looked around at the noblemen, intending to fix them each with a kingly stare. But they were already losing interest in what he was saying.